BSL. Is it BS? What did you call it?
EPFL.
EPFL. EPSL.
Yeah, this is the college we go for Lausanne, Guru Maharaj. Yeah, he comes very regularly, very supportive. He helped us a lot in Govardhan Puja Park Festival.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very good, Guru Maharaj. He was coming regularly with the Lausanne Kirtan, but we didn't meet for last 2, 3, 4 weeks already, right? Because we lost the yoga studio. Yesterday, Guru Maharaj, they had something, maybe they didn't put it in the group at Ishan's house.
But in Veve.
Yeah, right. Montreal, right? Montreal.
Well, that Russian guy is called Sham, is it?
Ishan Gauranga.
Ishan Gauranga. He's got a son.
Yeah, right.
He's got a liver problem or something.
Yes, Guru Maharaj.
Yeah.
He says like that, but he's fine.
Yeah, I know.
I can't
He's
understand.
Jumping around like anything.
They are telling he has such a serious problem that liver has to be transplanted. But for 1 year, he's very good, no problem.
Yeah, I see him.
He looks a bit pale.
Pale, sometimes, right?
I did not know about this.
Yeah, it's a great problem for them because they already giving a liver, this hospital, but mother is very afraid and they asked to put the vaccinations for him. A mother was very afraid to put the vaccination. She gave not a true certificate of vaccination, false certificate of vaccination, and the doctors found out it became a big problem. They took it as a serious issue. She got so scared and went back to Ukraine, Guru Maharaj. Because doctors told, we know that you didn't put the vaccination, but you have given the certificate of something. They made it up. And if you have done the liver transport without the vaccination, your child would die. Like something like that. And they took it very seriously. Put a case, I think they have put I don't know, something like that. But anyway.
Well, that was certainly not a very wise thing to do, to give the doctors some false
Guru Maharaj.
vaccination thing.
Yes, because these surgeries are they have to be very specific.
Yeah, liver transport is not a normal, it's very complicated. Transplantation.
But anyway, they're doing some acupuncture. They're getting Chinese acupuncture. Put some needles and stuff like that. It's helping the boy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They found that was quite effective.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. You do a transplant, often these things, the doctors just want to make money,
Yeah.
It's a business thing. They get you to so many things, transplant. What's very common now, knees. You get the knee replaced,
Yeah.
One doctor in Mumbai, he did 2,500 operations replacing knees.
Yeah. That is why it's very advisable to at least consult more than 2 doctors whenever you're going for a big surgery or something.
Yeah.
So that you know that you're not being scammed just by the hospital policy. It's become a very corporate system in India, in hospitals now. The doctors do get a target of n number of surgeries that they have to perform every month.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, it's not good. It shouldn't be like that.
At least the medical profession should be left alone for not becoming a corporate system.
Yeah, it's really not good to hear that. And certainly when women go for delivery of child, they like to do the cesarean operation rather than have them give birth naturally. So you came all the way from Lausanne this morning?
Yes. This is correct.
Oh, you came in the train?
Yes. The rain is not helping.
The rain?
Yeah, it's supposed to rain almost the whole next week.
Oh, really?
Either cloudy or rainy.
Oh. Mm. Yeah, I heard that when it rains here, it seems to rain for several days at a time.
Exactly. The worst part is that it starts on the weekends. The weekdays are nice, so when I'm working, I see outside the window and it's good, and I plan something for the weekend, and then on Saturday it starts raining. I cannot do anything.
Yeah.
I thought it will be snow as well this week, no?
This week?
Yeah, or maybe already where they
Yeah, maybe on some hilltop, but
Yeah.
not on the flatlands.
No?
In Lausanne, we get a very, very little snow.
Oh, really? Yeah, I think in Zurich as well, it will be like -2 and then -8 one night, but
Maybe then you
Yeah.
get it. You're from Zurich?
no, I lived in Zurich before, but now I live in Sierra.
Okay.
You live in Lausanne?
Lausanne.
So that you're in the medical college there, is it?
No, it's a research engineering research institute. So I am in the department. I'm in the School of Life Sciences.
Oh.
It's a subsection of the institute.
What do you study?
I do computational biology, PhD there.
Oh, nice. Yeah, if you go or yeah.
And you?
I'm working now in a pharma company.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you also did a PhD?
I started a PhD in Zurich for 2 years, but then I quit, and right now I don't know what to do.
You found a job. I think that is one of our aims.
You need water? Thank you.
Are you from Europe originally? Or?
Yeah, I'm from the UK.
Okay. I have your flag here.
Before you were staying in the Bhakti Vedanta Manor, or?
Well, when I joined, we didn't have Bhaktivedanta Manor. That came later.
Mm-hmm.
But when I joined, we had a place in London and near to the British Museum.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been to London?
I went to Bhakti Vedanta Manor 3 weeks ago.
Oh.
And we also went in the temple in the center. I don't know if that's the one.
You went in London? You went
Yeah, in London.
with the restaurant on the street?
Yes. We went on Kirtan, we were playing Kirtan.
Yeah, but that's a newer place.
Okay.
But the original place where they began in London was not far away, about 5-10 minutes walk from there. Near to the British Museum, on a place called Bury Place, and we had a rented house there. But we had, we couldn't stay there forever because, well, it was rented, and there were problems also with the neighbours. So then we got that place at Soho Street.
Yes.
Soho Street. So we purchased that, and that's been since about, must be like 78 or 79, we moved in there. And the Bhaktivedanta Manor, that was purchased by George Harrison. That was like 76 or something, 75, 76. We got the manor.
Yeah, it's huge. It's very big.
Yeah, big place. They get a lot of visitors.
Yeah.
Is it a temple?
Yes. There are two like temples. There's one in the Bhaktivedanta Manor and then the one in London. And so it's very nice if you want to visit.
Yeah, I'm planning to visit London next year.
Oh, really? Oh, you should visit.
Sure.
Have you been to other temples?
I went to the Zurich temple, but I was in Italy, but I did not know about Vrindavan.
Vrindavan.
Yeah, I haven't been there.
Okay, yeah.
When I was there, I did not know about it, and when I came back, somebody told me in one of these kirtans that they have a very nice temple in Florence.
Yeah. I was also there last year and stayed for 4 days, I think, or 5 days. Wow. So nice.
It's really nice.
Yeah. It's really nice.
You go to Vrindavan?
Yes.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Really, really nice.
Many devotees there?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, there were many devotees actually. Or I think me and my friend, we were, the only Matajis. And then there were some, I think, 5 brahmacharis at the time when I was there. Yeah. I mean, it was like small, but really, really, really nice.
What deities do they have there?
They have the Krishna, or it was Krishna and Radha. I think.
Hmm?
Krishna and Radha, I think.
Radha Krishna?
Now I have to take my memory because it was the first temple that I visited when I came back from India. Besides the Zurich temple, it was exactly in the beginning in my Krishna consciousness, so I wasn't so much aware with all the deities.
How did you go there? Take train there?
Yes, train from Zurich to Milan, and then from Milan there was a bus, and then somebody from the temple picked me up. There was a bus nearby because it's a bit outside.
Oh.
Yeah, it's outside Florence.
So do you have to inform them that you're arriving, or?
Yeah, because my friend, she stayed there and did some service.
Okay.
And you just inform the temple president, and usually they have places. I know that Radhanath Swami was there some few weeks back, and then it was full. You cannot stay there. But I think now it's quite cool. So. Yeah, really nice. They also have cows. Yeah, so nice.
Sometimes miss Indian cows.
Yeah.
Because Swiss cows are cute, but not as cute as Indian cows.
Indian cows.
Yeah, Swiss cows they're a bit bigger, eh?
They're bigger. I find them a bit more violent.
Really?
Yeah, they look like they will attack you if you go too close.
Yeah.
Well, they probably don't get a lot of affection.
That's true.
It's true.
People just have them, and when they're dry, then they slaughter them. And they're out in the fields most of the day, all winter even probably.
That's true.
And usually they don't show so much affection, like, I don't know, they don't even like brush them, and at Vrindavan they always like brush them and show them so much affection. And also,
Yeah, we went to see there's a Goshala not far away, just near here.
where?
Oh, we went the last time I came here. They took me there to see the cows, but they were milking them with the, it was automated.
Ah,
Oh,
Yeah, they had hydraulic thing.
that's, I think, the more common thing
It's
here.
quite common now, milking cows. They do it hydraulically. So they don't get any real
Human
personal relation. There's no human contact, hardly. But Switzerland's quite well known for dairy produce, isn't it?
Yes, I was in a cheese festival yesterday
what? Where?
in Bern.
Where are they?
It was huge. More than 500 stalls for cheese only.
Oh,
All the big, well-known Swiss companies for cheese, as well as the local farmers who grow their own different types of cheeses. Which is really nice.
mm. Yeah, it's mostly cheese.
Yes.
So, yeah, milk.
I mean, Swiss dishes are all cheese-based, like
Yeah.
raclette, fondue, rosti. So,
But here, they usually drink like milk, like just drinking milk in school?
Yeah.
They do? Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people are now switching to vegan milks
Yeah.
rather than dairy, but still, I guess cheese is one of their.
What do you mean, vegan milk?
They extract milk out of almonds or coconut or soy instead of cow milk or. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I was vegan before I was going to the temple, and I don't know how because here it feels, is it considered that we do harm to the cows if we use like machines? Is it harm to them or?
What, to milk them by machine?
Yeah, because I was thinking about ahimsa, not violence.
Well, it's not violent. And in fact, they told me, they said the cows are quite adjusted to it. They don't seem to mind.
Mm.
And even some of our own temple farms in the USA, they're doing it. Yeah, they have like they have a place called New Vrindavan in USA, and they're using automated milking process there.
Milking them by hand gives that human touch and they know the owner, but if you have 500 cows, it's just a bit impractical.
Yeah.
And also how many devotees can be there.
Yeah, how many people can serve, that's true. But I think you can adjust the pressure in such a way that they don't feel the pain.
Yeah.
So it is. But in India, I think people still prefer to use hands over the machines.
Mm.
At least people who pet cows in their homes instead of having a big.
Yeah, of course. If you just have one or two cows, then not a big deal.
Yes, that's the ideal. To have a cow.
In my village, every house has at least 2 cows. And, yeah, it's very nice to just go out and sit with the cows. And then also, if they know you, they will come sit near you. You can pet them, play with the cows. Nice.
Yeah, I was born in Romania, and in Romania they also have cows, and usually they were going with the cows on the fields and then waiting and then going back with them.
Yeah.
And then every village had everybody had a cow, but now it's not common anymore.
In the cities in India, you don't even have houses for people anymore. So cows are.
Yeah, people don't even know the taste of milk anymore. Real cow's milk.
Yeah, the fresh cow milk is very different
from the
from the
one.
packaged one.
Yes, that's so true. Like it's almost like watery, and then the real milk, you see the fat like
Yeah.
on the side.
You can, if you leave it, the fat layer also comes up, and depending on what you feed the cow, the taste and the texture of the milk changes a lot. So it is, yeah, I mean, and we used to make butter and buttermilk all from our pet cow's milk. So
Wow,
it
that's
all
amazing.
changed over time.
Yeah, I mean now it's a problem with the cows because they give them, what was it called? In the food they give them so they don't emanate so much like methane, for the yeah. So now I think they saw like a study some days ago from Denmark that the cows started to collapse because of this food that they were giving them because they were thinking about the what is it called? What is it? Carbon dioxide. They were giving them something to not have so much carbon dioxide.
I see.
Yeah. Yeah. Insane. Because if you compare like the other like transportation and other, they don't contribute to so much.
Well, obviously not.
Yeah.
And I think in some of the villages, the government is starting to install these bioreactors, small ones, where you can pile up all the cow dung and the methane and the gas that it emanates that is used for cooking or fueling other machines. So that is a self-sufficient system
Yeah.
that's going on. But yes, if sometimes when you don't take care of the waste correctly, it does release a lot of these gases in the environment. But even in the old villages, it was a very self-sufficient system where whatever you produce in your field, for example, if you use the grain and the husk that's left, it's the food for the cow. And then you use cow dung for fuel. So nothing went to waste. But nowadays, there are different steps introduced which lead to some waste and mishandling of these cows.
Yeah, in Bhaktivedanta Manor in London, they have a herd of cows. They have their own dairy herd. So they also they sell it. They sell their ahimsa milk.
They sell their own milk.
Yeah.
I thought it was only for the temple residents.
No, they sell it. People come there. They have enough milk, quite a bit of milk. They have a big dairy herd.
Yeah, it was there actually that I tasted like real milk. I didn't taste real milk in a long time.
Yes.
And I was like, oh wow, this is so different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, real dairy milk, ahimsa milk.
So they also sell ghee and other products from milk, or just
I don't know about that. But I know in India, there's devotees doing it. They have a farm in Gujarat there, and they're making their own ghee.
Yeah, I think there's a small brand for ISKCON as well that you can find in the temples, their ghee and other milk products. There's a restaurant in India next to almost all ISKCON temples, run by the temple. You get sattvic food.
Yes.
Govinda.
Usually they have their Govinda restaurant. The bigger temples, anyway.
Exactly. And so they have all these small brands as well. They sell sweets made of cows that are in the herd, and ghee and other milk products as well.
Wow. Amazing.
Because one thing which I struggle here in Switzerland is to find good ghee. I use it a lot while cooking, and even the Indian stores and the Sri Lankan stores, the one that they sell tastes different. It tastes like it's been adulterated.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I know in Malaysia also it's like that. You don't get good ghee.
Mm.
Well, even in India, not all the ghee is so very good. Some ghee is okay, some's not.
it's difficult to know one company that sells good ghee, but we usually in India, my mother makes the ghee from the milk cream.
When you were at Govardhan Eco Village, they have good ghee, I think. They make ghee.
Yeah, I had very good ghee. I think I also brought one actually, because my sister's, fiance, he really likes ghee.
Does he?
He cooks in ghee, which I was very surprised.
Oh.
So it's also, but he said that, no, he's Swedish.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's Swedish, but he cooks in ghee.
Yes. Before he was cooking in butter, but now I saw that he had like a big ghee stuff, or coconut oil sometimes, but mostly ghee. Yeah. It changes. Yeah. Something I was, sorry, this is like out of conversation question, because I know that Krishna likes milk. So before I was like drinking almond milk or oat milk, but then I was thinking, because this ahimsa, it's not that bad. I mean, here, for example, in Europe, cows are still treated good. So then I started like offering milk because I know Krishna likes milk. Is it still okay to offer like oat milk or
offer to Krishna?
Yes.
Yeah, you can do.
And also like when we offer, for example, water or tea, should we also offer like tea? Or I know that it's not, we shouldn't drink green tea.
Yeah, right. Not green tea, but if it's not caffeine tea, if it's some herbal tea.
And what about the cocoa?
Huh?
The cocoa? Cacao? Or how do you say?
Cocoa, I don't know about cocoa. You have to see if there's caffeine there, you don't want to offer it. We don't take caffeine things. Cocoa may have caffeine.
Yeah, it has a bit.
Really?
Yeah, I mean chocolate as well, I think, right?
It is a different chemical, like caffeine, but not exactly caffeine. It has the same effect. It's stimulates.
But because I was thinking, sometimes I'm confused how to offer. If I have, for example, tea bags like herbal tea, and I make a tea and then I offer it to Krishna, is everything offered than the other tea bags, or they're not offered?
No, the other tea bags are not offered. You offer one tea bag, right? You soak one tea bag. And so that's what you offer. So the other, well, yeah, that's usually how we do it. So you offer one tea bag with water, right? Soaked in water, and then you offer that cup of tea.
Yes.
And you want to offer well, if you make a whole bunch of tea, then you have to make it first before the offering.
Yes, because, for example, when I'm at work, it's hard to, should I say the phrase, and also I'm drinking from my own cup. I don't want to maybe offer that to Krishna. Or is it okay?
Yeah, you don't offer, Krishna should have his own cup.
Yes, I have that at home, but when I'm at work.
Well, when you're at work, well, of course, it's going to be a little different. You can just Sri Vishnu, something like a quick offering, But you have just a cup of water and put a tea bag in it, is it? No, you can simply say Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu. Yeah, and you can offer.
You don't have to say so the prayers.
Right. Yeah, I mean, just for one cup of tea, if you're just having one cup, you just wouldn't do a whole thing. Not necessary. Can do a quick offering. Just like when we drink water, we just say Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu, 3 times. You have to consider the time and the place and the circumstances, So you have to be.
Because sometimes I'm okay, maybe I should wait until I'm coming home and then I can.
Could have a long wait to drink some water.
Yeah, I still have like a water bottle with me that I offered in the morning. So I was thinking maybe once it's, but it's different.
There's always a mental offering
Yeah.
that if even my mother and my grandmother, they do. Just keeping in mind that whatever you eat should be pure
Yes.
and sattvic, and then you can offer mentally to the deity.
Because we still should offer everything, and sometimes, for example, supplements, like if you take vitamin D,
Yeah.
should we offer that as well, or?
Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu. Yeah. Yeah. You're taking some vitamin supplements like that, yeah.
Yeah, I was just thinking because it's like chemicals and it's not something that you made to Krishna.
Yeah. Well, but still you should offer it.
Guru Maharaj, I think the other children are not coming.
Oh, really?
Yeah, two are supposed to come. They called me because of rain, something. They are not coming. We can have a short discussion. Yeah, I expected 2, 3.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Krishna Bhavana has to join in Zoom, but she didn't.
She was there. I saw.
She has an internet problem, Guru Maharaj, with her.
I saw the name was there.
Yeah.
It disappeared.
Yeah, she has an internet problem.
It happens. The weather is not.
Yeah, the weather. But still they could, but they are already like this.
Yeah, it's minor. So people were not lucky enough to just join this session.
Yeah.
I guess.
It's good, very good.
Yeah.
And where's
Makar?
Makar?
Yeah, it's gone. Maybe we can do Makar?
You saw Makar in Zurich, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, he likes to go there on the weekend.
Yeah, I usually see him on the weekend. But he lives here.
His home is here in Geneva, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Staying with his mother and father. He goes to school. He's only 15.
Oh, yeah, so young.
Guru Maharaj, today we have another house program in the evening,
Yeah.
3:30. So
3:30.
3:30, but we can go by 4. Because Indian people come always 30 minutes late. Western people, they come 15 minutes earlier.
Excuse me.
Yes, that's the trend. Maybe you are different. Usually, we even for Govardhan Puja, we tell 3:30. Most of all of them they come by most of 4 o'clock. Yeah.
I have seen this happening even with Indian people. When they come to Swiss events, they come on time. But whenever we do an Indian Association event in Lausanne, the students show up late. They automatically change the Indian Standard Time.
What's the time? Maybe? No?
11.
7. What should we do, Guru Maharaj? Maybe little Kirtan and
Yeah, we'll have some kirtan.
Kirtan and yeah.
He's not tired, but
Yeah, he should be very tired because yesterday he went to Luzon for Marina, and then he wakes up very early in the morning. Yesterday Ekadesi also.
Yeah.
We have more rounds to do. Maybe we can wind up with 30 minutes like that.
Do you like programming?
Yeah,
Guru Maharaj?
yeah,
Should we
went-
do the Kirtan?
yeah.
Okay, I'll bring the harmonium. Guru Maharaj, Guru Maharaj is what?
Yeah, we went to Luzon yesterday.
Lucerne.
Luzon, yeah. We did
I was like you were in Lausanne and I did not know.
Harinam Sankirtan there
Great.
with some other Ukraine devotees.
Beautiful city to
Even someone give donation for us from Harinam.
in Hamina?
Yeah.
Really?
Harinam.
Oh, wow.
Great. They were
Yeah.
standing with us.
Yeah, it was nice. Okay, Yoga Maya is going to lead. Yoga Maya can sing. I want you to sing.
Yoga Maya, you should sing.
I want to hear. I said if she leads, then I'll hear her voice. Because usually when we all sing, I can't hear her sing. And she said, I'm singing. I said, I can't hear you.
Yeah, I was singing.
Okay, you lead.
No, I can't.
I can help you.
I can sing.
No, I can help you. You know this one, simple, no? Hare Krishna.
Yeah, he can sing. I will sing loud. I promise.
No, I want you to lead. You have to lead.
It's okay.
I
There is
don't know
no
how
one
to
here.
sing.
I will help you, you sing. Which tune you like?
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know.
Yoga Maya is from Mongolia.
Oh, did you move here?
yes, the Tulsi Mataji's daughter.
She's only been here about maybe 1 year. Yeah.
In Krishna consciousness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, she came from Mongolia, and her English is also a bit weak, you know. She doesn't know so much, a little bit. But she's been to India. She went to Mayapur.
I've not been to, I forget.
Her mother took her to Mayapur.
She's chanting now every day.
Wow.
4 rounds or 6 rounds, how many?
Really?
7.
Oh, it's
I'm trying.
That's very good.
yes.
Okay, so we want you to try and sing. Try to lead.
Right. No one is there. You see only good
Yeah,
minds.
no, but I don't know what to sing.
Hare Krishna. What will you say?
Very simple, yeah. You don't have a lot of choice.
Something like that. You learned this too, you know, from your mother.
What?
Hare Krishna tune, one tune. You learned from your mother to sing.
I don't know. I never sing before. I never lead before.
It's always the first time.
Yeah.
Now one can lead Guru.
Mataji. You know, I get really nervous.
Why?
See, Guru Maharaj is not going to start the Kirtan with you. You better start something better.
I know.
How long will we wait, Yoga Maya? You see, I have work at kitchen.
Such a great service as well.
You have such a beautiful voice. You just sing that song. We will all repeat that song.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
I don't know.
Hey, sing.
You can do it.
Let's sing.
Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nittai Gaur Hari Bol. Nittai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nittai Gaur Hari Bol. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada. God Premanande. Very good. Not difficult, right?
Really good, Yogamaya.
Yeah, very good. Everything is difficult in the beginning.
Yeah.
But once you do it, then it becomes very easy. Okay.
I came prepared with a few questions for the
Yeah, sure. You can ask the questions.
So the topic for today
You can
was
get little closer to the like so that they can record.
Is it being recorded?
Yes, yes.
the voice will be captured.
Recorded. Yes, Maharaj, it's being recorded.
Okay.
He has come with a few questions. That's very nice.
No,
Okay.
these are questions to help me for the.
Very nice.
Really?
Maharaj, very.
Yes, so sometimes I mean, since the topic was how to overcome fear and like the find true happiness, and it's sometimes it's very difficult when you're working with people, right? If you are the boss of your own things that you do, it's fine. You can do whatever you want, whatever makes you happy. But sometimes when you're working with people and under somebody, you have to take care of them as well. But sometimes I feel like there are some, I would say, disagreements, and whenever I feel like something's not going right as how it should, but the other person is hierarchically higher, superior to me, how do you think I should overcome that kind of barrier to confront them? And how would getting in the consciousness path give me more confidence to do this?
Yes. Well, certainly in material life, working in different environments, working with people, there's some importance on one's position. Somebody's in superior position, somebody's in charge, and you're working under them. So we have to recognize them in some way, show them the respect, that they're in that position. So you want to work with them. At the same time, you want to express some of your own ideas or your own opinions, which may not be exactly what they agree in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we have to be able to present these things in a diplomatic manner that, okay, what I'm saying is not necessarily has to be accepted, but you want them to understand that there are different ways to see things, to get people to understand there's some difference in opinions. And certainly a challenge working with people. We're always faced with that, being part of a team is important, right? They put a lot of emphasis on teams today, Amazon and like that. They have a lot of teams, people are working teams. So being a team member is important,
Yes.
Somebody's in charge. Somebody calls the shots. Somebody's the boss of the team, the manager of the team. So they have the final say. But at the same time, you want to be able to express some opinions, some ideas to them. I mean, that's really part of being the manager, the team manager. They have to be open to hearing from other people as well. So it's not just a question of you being if you're in the junior position, how do we approach the seniors? But the seniors have to be willing to hear from the juniors,
Yes.
They should be open-minded and receptive to hear from the other team members and giving them an opportunity to contribute to the performance of the team. So it's maybe not just a question of the individual, how do you do it, but it's a question also, how's the team manager going to take it? How are they going to respond? So you want to be humble, have these kind of qualities. We want to be thinking of ourselves in a lower position. At the same time, we want to be able to express some ideas and opinions which you feel will be constructive to the development of the team. So the team managers, they should be open to these things. They should be willing to hear from everybody in the team. Just like in our temples, we often have what's called Istagosti. Did you ever hear Istagosti? No, Istagosti? In Zurich, they were having Istagosti on Monday morning, actually. I gave class on Monday, and they told me, they said, please finish the class earlier today because we have Istagosti every Monday. Istagosti is like the meeting of all the people in the ashram, and they meet together and they will discuss, things which they did and which they have to do. They will discuss upcoming events, and they will discuss also things which happened over in the past week or so, and any things which went wrong and like that, and things which they have to take care of, things which have to be done. So it's like a communication period, giving people, everybody in the team a chance to know what's going on and what's going to happen, what we're going to do, what's not being done very well, what we need to look out for. I think it's a very useful kind of thing. Istagostis, to bring people together, and we can ask questions, and we can also hear from the people in charge, and we hear what's going on, what they're working on, what they're trying to do. I think that's very helpful to have these kind of meetings. And of course, if you've got a manager who's not open-minded, who just wants to do everything himself, then it's another problem, You get these people, I know everything, you don't have to tell me anything.
And they're more common than the other kind, I would say.
Yeah. So it makes it very difficult to work in that kind of situation. You get people like that, stubborn-headed. What to do? Well, it's very important. Humility, somehow approaching them in a very humble way and putting ideas in front of them, telling them that, I don't know if this would work, but it's just an idea. I just wanted to share it with you, putting it in a very humble way, that's very important. Especially when people are in charge, they're always worried, who's trying to take my position, They think, wants to get my position, so they want to put themselves up and they don't like to bring others up.
It's like Indra, who's scared of losing their throne.
Yeah, right. Indra's always scared of people taking away his throne. That's the problem. So you get that situation in material life. People, they're not very good at bringing others up. That's the expertise of a good manager, that he doesn't just bring himself up, but he brings others up around him. The people around him will come up. Just like in doing PhD, some people, they can take all the credit themselves, and other people, they give the credit to others, let other people write theses and get PhDs and stuff, Somebody who is really, really good can do like that.
But for Guruji, for Indras like this, how do we become Krishnas who pick up their own Govardhan permits on their pinky fingers? That is a Herculean task, and to be able to do it when you have such insecure Indras around you, it becomes a bit difficult.
Yes, definitely, it's difficult, but still, where there's a will, there's a way. We just got to be perseverant, and we got to be humble, and we got to be really resourceful, and we have to think about how to do it, how to actually get through to other people.
That's true.
People, the people think that they're the only one who can do things, and they've got problems, they're not going to go very far. If they're always thinking that they're the only one to do things and to decide everything, then that's going to be very difficult to work in that kind of situation. But still, you have to put up with these, and you have to expect these things. You have to just be able to go on and tolerate and be patient and determined and enthusiastic. These things are very important. Prabhupada always says, in every endeavor, patience, enthusiasm, and determination. So somehow you have to work along and wait for the opportunity where you get the chance, where you can actually come up with some new ideas, some new way of thinking, where you can get a chance to express some things. It's really just a matter of having that kind of patience to put up with people until they get tired, that they'll reach a point where they just become frustrated and they won't see any way going forward. And then in desperation, they may turn to you and say, what do you think? What should we do? So these things happen, you know. They reach a point where they just can't think anymore. And then in desperation, they'll call out to you and give you a chance to come forward and say what you think could be done. So you have to consider like that, to do like that. It's certainly not an easy situation to be in. But this material world is going to be like that. Trying to do things with, especially if you're trying to be part of a team, then you know we have to work together. We have to be able to get along with each other. And sometimes it just takes, you know, we have to just put aside our own feelings and just go ahead and work and do whatever need to be to get along with that person.
Yeah.
You have to forget your own ideas and your own thinking and just work with him and go ahead with his thought and see what happens and see if it's going to work or not. And if it doesn't work, then he may just hand it over and say, oh, I don't know, you go ahead, you do something. I may just give it all over to you. So sometimes you have to just do like that. Just be patient. Krishna has some plan and see what happens, you know. Prabhupada used to tell devotees like that. You should always think Krishna has some plan for you. So, yeah. Krishna has some plan. Put us in these situations. We don't know what to do. We don't know how to go forward. But somehow Krishna's put me in this situation. You have to go ahead. And definitely something can be done. You just have to keep up your enthusiasm and patience and determination. And Prabhupada says, what is determination? He said, it's endeavoring with intelligence for Krishna consciousness. So, you want to endeavor for Krishna consciousness. Yeah, material life, you're going to have to work with people. You'll always get these kind of situations. You will always get people who are not easy to work with. They have their own things, their own thoughts. Especially you're dealing with some big researcher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They have their own ideas and they're very ambitious, you know, they have a lot of rajas and they want results. So you have to be patient, you have to just work with them and wait for the time to come where you get an opportunity come forward.
Guruji, another question that buds out from this, especially when we have students, and there's always a question, not a question, but a fear of being wrong, and especially being spotted out as wrong in a classroom or in a group or in a conference. What if, and that holds a lot of students back from asking questions of curiosity, of logic, which they think they don't understand.
What holds a lot of people back?
The fear of being wrong.
Oh.
That what if my question doesn't make sense, or it's or the person whom I'm expecting answer for, instead of giving an answer, calls me a fool, and I make fun of myself in the public, and that holds a lot of students back from being curious. They just take everything for the face value and don't learn the art of questioning. And I think whole Bhagavad Gita is a conversation, a question and answer format between Arjuna and Krishna. So I think questions are really important to really get the knowledge out of somebody. And if people are afraid of being wrong, how will they manage in this?
Yeah. Well, yeah, that fear of being wrong, that's something we have to put aside, that kind of fear. We have to develop that genuine humility. Okay, we may be wrong, but you learn by making mistakes, you know? That we can't always expect to be right.
Yeah.
There will be times when we do things wrong or say things wrong. But, you know, I don't think one should be afraid of that. You have to have rather that confidence to go forward, that I want to learn more. Okay, then maybe I've got things wrong, maybe I'm making a mistake, but that's how we learn, that's how we grow, by making mistakes, by trying to do things. If you don't try these things, then you'll never get anywhere. So they say failure is the pillar of success. So if in the beginning you don't succeed, then try again. Okay, you make some mistakes, your question may not be appreciated, but still, if we have a question, we should think that there's probably many other people who also have the same question. And that when you ask a question, it's not just for your benefit, but it's for benefit of others also. So we should actually have that kind of confidence that I'm asking the question not just only for my benefit, but for the benefit of all the other students also. And if something is not clear in your mind, then it's probably going to be like that with other people too. There's going to be other people also who are having the same problem. So we should be confident that this is for our benefit. So we have to ask these kind of questions. We shouldn't be thinking, oh, I might be wrong. People may laugh at me. Oh, so what? You know, it doesn't. Why we should be? Our ego is so strong. We don't want people to be laughing at us. Yeah. This is the false ego, you see, the bodily conception of life. We don't want people to notice us, how we're foolish and how we're not, we haven't understood maybe everything. But we shouldn't be harboring in our heart that kind of fear of being wrong. Rather, we should think this is good for me. This is a purifying experience. Yeah. You actually become purified by making mistakes, by doing things wrong. Then we learn that what we should be doing. We can learn the right way. We learn by our mistakes. So I think we have to be willing to learn ourselves. That's why we have to check everything. You know, doing things, certainly we can make mistakes. I've made a lot of mistakes. But it's certainly a learning experience. And we shouldn't be afraid of that. How to overcome that fear? Well, just simply the desire to want to improve ourselves. That I want to improve myself, so I have to try. I have to go ahead and try this. And I have to go ahead and ask this question. If I don't ask this question, then I'll always have that doubt in my heart. What about this? What about that? So it's important for us to empty out the heart. Say what's in the heart, you know, bring it out. And that's how we learn. Yeah, it's not easy. One lady I knew, she was doing marketing, and she was writing papers and like that, you know. But the professor she was working under, he was a very famous man, he was writing so many papers, and she was having a hard time working under him. But somehow she tolerated, she just tolerated. And eventually she got a good job as like a deputy professor in a good college. So you just have to be patient and wait, gradually people drop by the wayside. People, they don't all keep going, you have to wait for them to gradually drop out. Mm-hmm. You have to be determined to keep going, to go forward. And then Krishna is there. Krishna is there to help you. So we have to be willing to just hold on to Krishna. That, okay, I make mistakes, I ask some foolish questions, but I'm learning. So that's the main thing.
Ask another question.
Yeah. Maybe I'll cancel this. Yes. Oh, she got it? Okay. Yeah, what? Another question?
Sorry if I'm just bombarding you with questions.
No, it's good.
I have been reading a few books, starting with a bit of Bhagavad Gita. I haven't finished it yet. And even other Indian literature like Yoga Vasishtha and Patanjali Yoga Sutras. Do you know about Patanjali Yoga?
Yes, yeah.
And so the first and all of the common thing about all these books are they talk intensively about yoga. That Sri Krishna also talks in Bhagavad Gita and both of the other books as well. And the common feature that comes in is abhyasa, is to practice, and dispassion, which is vairagya. So detachment and not being very stuck to the material world, to be able to progress in the path of yoga. And what I was discussing with some Swiss friends, who have not been through this, who have not grown up with this concept, and they give me a different perspective, asking if I'm dispassionate and if I'm detached from the materialistic world, and I think that there is some greater good as Krishna, who's not present with us in the physical world, but at the end we have to merge with the eternal supreme soul. How is it gonna help me progress or be a better version of myself in this life? Because this life, as we know, is very competitive. It's very brutal, it's the Maya lok that we live in. And if we detach ourselves from this competition and we start putting our brain in that divine, we might fall back and be the last one in the race. And that makes us not a successful and a happy human on earth. Maybe after death we might become good, but if we find Krishna's embrace. But what about earth? Because we don't know if there's a world after death. All we have is this world, right?
Well, I mean, to say we don't know there's a world after death, I think that's that's not very logical. We can see logically So many arguments are there to understand that there is a world after this world. There is another abode to which we can all go, and we can all live there also. There's no scarcity, all the amenities, everything is there. I don't see any reason to doubt about another existence, another life. I think it's quite logical to understand there is a soul, and the soul is eternal. You know, people don't believe that, then they're having problems.
It's difficult to give this notion to atheists, for example.
Well, yeah, their mindset is something else, right?
Yes.
The atheistic people, the gross materialists, they cannot understand anything beyond the body and the senses and sense objects. But, you know, as other people, you know, for any intelligent person, open-minded person, we understand so many things about the nature of the soul and the nature of birth and death. Other people, what can we say? They have no explanation about life. They simply say, oh, man and woman is just chemicals.
It's a coincidence, they say.
Yeah.
Yes.
The whole material world is all just chemicals. And we're all just chemicals undergoing different chemical reactions. And there's no real purpose to life other than chemicals, you know.
As a biologist, I would agree to that. But yes, as a spiritual believer, I know that there is more to just a few chemical reactions going on in the body.
Yeah. Yes, true. As a chemist, you would say like that. Yeah, that life is just chemicals. And the reactions, all the feelings we have and the emotions, these are just chemical equations. You know, just all the emotions are just chemical reactions. So people try to explain everything like that in terms of chemistry. But it's not very reasonable. And if we're all just chemicals, then still you have not explained why someone is born in a rich family and why somebody's poor. Why somebody is healthy and somebody else is sick. You know, what makes a difference? We have to understand there must be something behind the universe. And that personality behind the universe, he's arranging for the happiness and the distress of each and every one in this world, according to their qualification, according to their karma. They get what they deserve. Some people are enjoying it, some people are suffering. We get the fruit of the results of our work. So I don't believe in chance, you could say. People would say it's all chance. Well, I don't believe in chance. I haven't seen everything happening by chance. I think it's totally unreasonable to say that it's all just chance. People want to enjoy the material world. This is their chance. They have the idea that they can separate the Lord's energy from the Lord. They want to enjoy the material energy. You could say, we wanted Krishna and Krishna's energy, but they just want Krishna's energy. Or some people just want Krishna. Just like Ravana, he wanted Sita. And Surpanika, she wanted Rama. But Vibhishan, he wanted Sita and Ram. He wanted the Lord and the Lord's energy. You can't separate the Lord from his energy. So materialistic people, they're trying to do that. They're trying to separate Krishna from his energy. That's the problem. So you try to bring people to understand the real nature of the world. The nature of the world, how to understand this world. First of all, we have to understand this world, that this is a temporary place, that this is not our real home, that this place is like the prison house, and we're all prisoners here in the material world, and we're imprisoned because of the material energy, because we've acted against the material energy. So Krishna's brought us into this world here. And we will stay here, take birth and die again and again until we become Krishna consciousness, until we learn to live in harmony with the laws of Krishna, with the laws of God. When the Lord decides that we can all live in harmony with the laws of God, when he's going to engage all of us with devotion, then at that time there's no more problem. But if we're all going to serve Krishna, all going to work for Krishna, then there's no more problem. The problem comes about when we're disobedient to the laws of Krishna, when we want to separate ourselves from him, and we want to be independent. We become the independent enjoyer. So this is how I understand the material situation. That everyone's got their karma. And so somebody's karma is very good and somebody's karma is very bad. They're put into different situations according to their past activities. And we will remain in that condition. Now we're in the human form of life. This life, this is the karma kshetra. This is the field of work. We get the results. We're getting the result. Whatever we do in this life, it will determine our future birth, our future life. We're creating our next body by how we live in this life. We're sowing the seeds for the next body. Mm-hmm. The way we live, the things we do, the character we acquire, the activities it will determine the type of body we will take in the next life. So, material life is like that. It will remain in the wheel of birth and death. Samsara, right? Samsara, the wheel of birth and death. Sometimes you go up, and then way up and you're on the very high planet and you're enjoying, and then other times you're going down and down into the darkest regions of ignorance. So like that, we're going through many different births and deaths. It's difficult to know exactly where to get out or when to get out, but we have to play our part, and Krishna will show us at the proper time how to get out of the material world, how to get out from this world of samsara. So there's a way out, there is a way out, but you have to be qualified, you have to know the password. Right? We have to know where we want to go. You use a GPS, you have to know where you're going. Where do you want to go? GPS can tell you, but you've got to tell GPS where you want to go.
Yeah.
So it's not the same for everyone. Where do you want to go? If we want to go to Krishna, GPS will show us. We don't want to go to Krishna, we just want to go to the football match. GPS will show us where to go, how to go.
How can one set their GPS to Krishna consciousness?
Well, we have to know where we want to go, right? If you're going to do a PhD, then definitely you want to be there in your PhD studio. And you have to get some nice airy some nice airy atmosphere. You have to get some nice association to encourage you with the work.
Yes.
You have to have the right mood as well. You have to really want to do it. And I think that's important as well, you know. If you just do go into something and you're not very sure if it's right or not, you won't feel very comfortable. And especially you're going to do a PhD, you have to be really convinced that this is right, that this is what I want to do. And you can really dedicate yourself to it and work on it, you know. But if you're thinking, oh, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, I don't know if I should be here, then you won't work very well, you know.
That's true.
Because your mind is not really focused on it. So that's important to get the right mental focus, that this is really where I'm at, I want to do this, I'm going to finish this.
So does it mean that if to do a PhD, I need to first believe in a certain set of facts to be able to start and invest myself in doing a PhD? Is it like also if I decide that I want to be one with Krishna at some point, do I also believe in some basic facts which are which I need to have faith in, and then I can build forward?
Yeah, of course, you have to believe in certain facts. There's certain things you do have to believe in. You know, I have to believe in, for example, the law of karma. We have to believe in our destiny also. Hare Krishna. We have to believe in destiny. We have to believe in Krishna also as the controller, that he's there, he's the controller, and he knows everything. So yeah, we do have to have certain basic foundation there behind everything.
Guruji, if you want to lie down and rest, it's fine. My question list is endless.
No, it's nice.
I was also reading about Karma Yoga and Bhakti Yoga and Jnana Yoga.
Oh.
And sometimes I feel it because, as Krishna says, that your duties or your dharma is what drives your karma. Should be the thing that drives your karma. And when you do what you're destined to do, or when you follow your dharma, it doesn't really matter what the outcome is. You're following what is there for you. But while performing and as a PhD, for example, my duties are to believe or to research with full ethics and interest in my topic and try to pursue the question that I follow. Where do I incorporate Bhakti Yoga in this pursuit? Because sometimes it's very difficult to... In science, we have these opposing thoughts, right? As you mentioned before, the life is just chemicals. Oh. And the more I know about biology, the more I research on cells, the more I look at cancer, for example, I understand that, yes, the body is just chemicals. And you can tweak things to cure illnesses. You can tweak things to make certain disease go away or just like that. But in the world, in Bhakti, we believe that, yes, this body is made of 5 elements by the God, and we will sublime into one, that supreme deity. I find myself in a clash between these two ideas at some point. When I go inside the depth of the body and the questions, I don't find any soul, for example, you see? I don't find an essence of Krishna in the bodies when I study that. But of course, I believe in spiritualism. I believe in Krishna. So I know that my heavenly abode is there, and the soul that I have part of his consciousness. And when I face these challenges, when I'm talking to scientists and I'm trying to explain them about this consciousness part, I face a lot of brutal questions, which sometimes I'm not able to answer. And this is where my karma yoga and bhakti yoga both both tell me to take different directions.
Well, Bhakti Yoga, essentially, what is Bhakti Yoga? Bhakti Yoga is based on hearing and chanting about Krishna, right?
Yeah.
Hearing and chanting about Krishna. So, we do have the Scientific Institute, Bhaktivedanta Institute. Are you familiar with that?
No.
No? Yeah, the Bhaktivedanta Institute, they have a lot of work done on scientific things,
Where is it situated, Prabhu?
Well, they have different branches, like there's a branch in Mumbai at Juhu there.
Okay.
And there's another branch in Chowpatty.
I see, yeah. I have been to both the temples.
Yeah. And different.
In fact, I received from my friend Devarishi, who is a disciple of Bhaktiswarupa Damodar.
Yes.
And there will be, I let you take a look if you want. There will be a conference between religions and science.
Where is it?
Online. It will be online.
Oh, yeah.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
I would be pleased to join. Well, November 20th.
I think it will be strange horary because it is in India. So
This is in
it will be a little bit.
It's going to be in India, is it?
I think
Is this Indian time? that they have
Bhaktivinoda
mentioned?
Institute Global Alliance under the guidance inspiration of Dr. Singh, who is the hospital master, but who was a scientist who
I see.
passed away. I don't understand where it will be.
I can look for it.
Yes, I will send it to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for
Do you have his email? Yeah, Prabhu's.
I will have
Yes, I can send you my number or you can send it to Vaishnavi Mataji.
Prashadam maybe.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, like I was saying, we have the Scientific Institute. You see, like the conference. So they've had a number of seminars over the years, and I remember at one point the Dalai Lama came even, he gave an introduction, He didn't know anything about Hare Krishna, but still he came in.
Buddha is one of the avatars.
Yeah. And anyway, we do try to work with the scientists, and generally Prabhupada encouraged the devotee who was in charge of that scientific institute. He encouraged him to meet the scientists and explain to them how life actually comes from life. It doesn't come from chemicals, That was the main point. And they've published a lot of material about his meeting with the different Nobel Prize winners and discussing with them about life, the origin of life. You can go through their material.
Maybe I would, yes.
Yeah, they have the branch there, the Bhaktivedanta Institute. And, they're trying to infiltrate into the scientific field, They're all scientists, they're all postgraduates with PhDs and like that in science. And they're working with the Bhaktivedanta Institute to try to introduce some of the scientific ideas which are there in the Vedas and the different theories about life which are there in the Vedas.
Okay. Yeah, I might read about those papers.
Yeah. So definitely, it's also bhakti, to do that kind of work, to introduce devotion, bhakti yoga on the scientific platform, not very easy thing to do, but
Definitely not easy.
but something which, people are trying to introduce, to get people to understand there is a lot of science in the process of bhakti. It's not just sentiment, but it's scientific. It's a scientific process. And one of the things which another devotee did was he did a lot of work on the benefits of chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, how it brings you to the mode of goodness, and how it gets rid of passion and ignorance. By chanting Hare Krishna, you can overcome a lot of negative qualities which are there in ourselves. And he did experiments with different people. He got people to chant Hare Krishna for a certain time and like that. And talked about the changes which they underwent.
Okay.
So, like that, that's maybe more subjective. Not so much scientific, but more psychological.
Yeah.
But
I do understand that because I myself have experienced the changes. I do look at it at a very scientific, with a very scientific perspective, and I find that yes, there are many hormones that are released when I chant, and mostly happy hormones that do make me feel lighter, clear the burden in my head, and it later on it helps me to restart fresh. For example, when I used to join Mataji in Lausanne on every Saturday for these kirtan sessions, it would make me refreshed to join my work again with a new enthusiasm on one day. And I agree that any sort of these meditative music and repetitiveness of this Mahamantra does bring you to a conscious or a trance state, which does release a lot of positive hormones in your body that makes you feel very calm after it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So definitely on the physical level, yeah, there are some benefits there, and certainly also on the subtle level,
Obviously,
yeah. But also spiritually, now you see, there's different levels of consciousness. There's the gross physical body, there's the subtle body, and there's the spiritual body. So we have to understand that behind everything is the spirit soul. And the spirit soul is the basis of life. Of course, this is something which is disputed, not everyone's willing to accept that there is such a thing as a soul, and that soul is the basic principle of life. Prabhupada would always argue, what's the difference between the living body and the dead body? You see, there's no soul in the dead body. All of the chemicals are all there.
yeah.
Why is there no life anymore in the body? The reason being that the soul has left the body. So when the soul leaves the body, there's no more consciousness in the body. So Prabhupada we explain, the scriptures, the Vedas explain that consciousness is not physical, it's not chemical. The consciousness is coming from the soul.
Yes.
So we try to encourage people to appreciate this fact that consciousness is not physical, that it's not just a question of chemicals. Getting people to understand, first of all, their identity, like we say, who are you? We say, my hand, my body, my leg, my head. Who's the owner? Who is the proprietor? I mean, as soon as we say something is mine, so who is that person who owns something? You see, we say my body. Actually, the owner of everything is the soul. It's the soul within the body. All the other things, the other parts of the body, they're finished with death. But the soul goes on. It's the soul which is the real self. So one of the basic principles of the philosophy, I am not the body. I am a soul. I'm a spiritual particle. And Bhagavad Gita says the living entities are all my eternal fragmental parts and parcels. Mami vamsa jiva loke, jiva bhuta sanatana. So, trying to get the very basic point, very fundamental, that we're all pure spirit souls. This is something very special. Try to get it through to people, understanding their spiritual nature. Right? But when people die, what do they say? They say, he's gone. Galokaya. Yeah, he's gone, yeah. He's gone.
Passed away.
He passed away. Where did he go? His body's still there.
He left us.
Body's still there. Where did he go? What went? What was it that passed? That's the soul. The soul. And the consciousness is coming from the soul. The consciousness is the symptom of life. And that consciousness is coming from the soul. That one tiny spark of that got consciousness all through the body. So getting people to that point, that is a big thing, get people to understand the soul. There's a soul, very important point.
The record is on, right?
The battery is loaded.
Because we want to hear what you ask and what Guru Maharaj explain later.
It's just that you might need a charger.
Okay, I'll get it.
Great.
So Prabhupada would always talk on these things. He spent a lot of time trying to stress these points to people. Trying to get people, particularly the origin of life and consciousness, the origin of life. Where does life come from? And the people, they have theories of evolution and so many, and Prabhupada says theories, simple theories. Where's the proof? No proof.
No theories. But as biologists, we need to base our understanding of life on those theories to build on it more.
But if you're wrong in the beginning, then you're not going to get anywhere. If you've got the basic principle wrong in the beginning.
It doesn't. No, I can take it right. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, thanks.
Trying to get we gotta start on the correct thing. So the basic point is there's matter and there is spirit. Of course, scientists don't accept that there's such a thing as spirit, right?
We focus on matter.
Yeah, it's all matter. It's all studies of the material world. They're trying to get people to understand that there's another particle. There's a spiritual energy.
When I say something about my little so-called realization of something which helped me to understand that we have to accept a higher authority, a higher, not scientific, but a higher authority, because we come in this world naked, as we say. We know nothing, we are helpless. If somebody like our mother or father were not there to help us, we would not be living.
Yeah.
After the mother is speaking and we learn the words of the mother, of the father, little by little. So it means that we want to speak about something spiritual. There we really need somebody with knowledge which is coming down to us, not us to try to know something. I don't know if I'm clear.
Yeah, you have to. We have to hear from our mother, and we say the Vedas are like the mother. Vedas tell us everything about the father. Mother knows all about the father. Father's out at work all day. Mother's at home. She knows, so she can tell the child about the father.
And she is for the first guru for the child, right?
Yeah.
We say like this, right? But the mother is the first guru of
Yeah.
of a child.
Definitely. Yeah.
So someone who has a knowledge and who gave us because we are helpless. We don't know, we cannot do anything without. Of course, there are some children, for a reason or another, who are lost in the jungle and who live with the wolves. But okay, he becomes a wolf,
Yes.
not a human.
Child can become whatever they're molded into.
And I think there are scientists who believe in God.
There are.
Yeah.
Albert Einstein, for example, was a regular churchgoer.
I thought it was at the end of his life that he turned.
He did, but he started going to the church, and yes, at some point he did oppose the ideas, but he ended up, he died as a believer.
Good.
Who?
Albert Einstein.
Oh. Yeah. He certainly he had some interest in spirituality. He appreciated the Bhagavad Gita. Something, he had read Gita, he'd heard about it.
It was the one who made the atom bomb.
Oppenheimer.
He was a regular reader of Bhagavad Gita.
Oh.
And when he saw the first test explosions, he quoted the scene from Kurukshetra. The one that says that whenever there would be the I don't remember the exact translation of it, but it is like the valor of a splendid person, or the splendor of the valorant person, or the Yudha is brighter than 1,000 suns.
Oh.
And that is when he was seeing the explosion in front of his eyes. I have become death, the destroyer of worlds. That was his.
Time I am, destroyer of the world, and I come to claim all men.
That's what he said.
Something like that, yeah. Yeah, he was appreciating the power.
Next question, Maharaj.
Yeah.
About war and destructing weapons and so on. How can we explain to some people who could be a little doubtful about the fact that
How could we preach to people what?
about the glory of the Bhagavad Gita, who is where Krishna is really trying his best to convince Arjuna he has to fight. And well, I think of that because of his speaking about Oppenheimer. I was thinking if he regrets maybe what he did, what his discovery did with the bomb, because sometimes, for example, I know that some Russian people, some Russian devotees, nowadays they take the Gita as an excuse to fight against Ukraine. So sometimes I don't know how we can. I'm not, of course, thinking that, but how could you explain this to someone who could say, yes, we are fighting for God also, and so the Bhagavad Gita is on our side.
Yeah. I don't know if I would want to get involved in this about whether or not they should fight in the war. But that's a whole nother issue. Certainly a lot of politics is there. It's difficult to know what to do, you know. The war comes and your country calls you and you're supposed to go and fight. A lot of people did it in the war. They went to fight. And many died. But, you know, they thought it's their duty to do one's duty. Of course, according to Bhagavad Gita, going to fight in wars, it's only for the Kshatriyas. It's not for people who are Brahmanas or Vaishyas or Sudras. It's only for the Kshatriyas. The Kshatriyas go to war and fight. Other people, you know, maybe they can do the backup. They can be in the background doing things. But to actually get involved in the fighting, that's really the work of the Kshatriyas, who have that kind of nature, a military nature. But when it comes to reading the Bhagavad Gita, yes, Krishna says to Arjuna, you should fight, because Arjuna is a Kshatriya. And so if someone's a Kshatriya, then okay, you can fight, go and fight, you know.
And the king fight also.
Huh?
The king also fighting. But the king, Yudhishthira, he was fighting as well.
Yeah, well, he's a Kshatriya.
Yeah. Now, of course, nowadays, the presidents and the kings, they don't fight. They send anywhere, anyone.
Yeah, they all go.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, right.
Mission.
Yeah, the other people, they will be back in the office, planning for the death of so many others. Well, Bhagavad Gita is part of, it's speaking about the duty, the sense of duty. So one has to recognize the nature and then act according to the nature. So if they are Kshatriya, then it's okay. But if they're not Kshatriya, then it doesn't sound like a very good idea. I don't see that anywhere that Krishna and people, that they're all in the same kind of mode. Krishna, he can do anything. He can be the Vaishya, he can be a cowherd boy, he can be a mendicant. But Krishna is God, so yeah, he can do anything. Doesn't mean we can do anything. Of course, some great transcendentalists, they could change their position. Just like Vishwamitra was originally a Kshatriya, and he went on to become a great Brahmana. And Parasurama was he was a Brahmana, but he became a Kshatriya. So people could change their varna, but they have to be quite elevated to do that. You know, ordinary people, it won't be so easy for them to change their varna, their nature.
Sometimes they should. For example, some Brahmana who are not at all qualified to be a Brahmana. I remember with a lecture from Prabhupada who was really very angry against some so-called Brahmana of today who are declaring themselves doctor or whatever, but without having any qualification. I mean, some people who are claiming to be something which they are not, in fact, in their qualification, in their self.
In Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Krishna himself does say this, the verse that Chatu Varna Maya Srishta Karma Guna Karma Vibhagusha, which he says that I made all these 4 varnas based on their guna and karma.
Right.
So if my guna and karma belong to a Kshatriya or like a warrior, even though I was born in a Brahmin family, I should be considered as a Kshatriya, and the other way around as well. Just by your family descendancy, you're not supposed to be a Brahmana. But yes, of course, it is being misused nowadays, especially in India.
Yeah, it's not just work alone, but you have, well, it's not just birth alone.
Yes.
You have to also work like that. Prabhupada always said a lot of people, they're born brahmanas, but they don't work like brahmanas.
Exactly.
You know, they all, because they're thinking money, want more money.
Me, for example, I come from a Brahmin family.
Really?
But I don't consider myself as elated as a Brahmin full of knowledge.
Well,
your parents, are they Brahmana, qualified Brahmanas?
Qualified as in according to the religious rituals. Yeah. My grandfather and from my mother's side, he is a qualified Purohita. But from in my parents' generation and my uncles and aunts and us, nobody ever went to a Vedic school. So I don't consider myself Brahmana. Any knowledge that I gain is
grandfather was a Purohit.
Yes.
What? He was a priest?
Not a priest. He
astrologer.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, astrology is one of the services which the Brahmana community are meant to provide for the society, you see. Astrological guidance. It's Brahmanas, they know these things, so they can guide people about what to do. Is it auspicious? Is it good for you, or is it not good? The Brahmana, who's an astrologer, they know. They can see from the stars. So very, very valuable. There were one devotee, he got married recently, and his wife like that, he checked up the astrology, to make sure it was going to be successful. Then certainly it seemed to be accurate. But not all the time. There was another couple, they were very compatible. They had a very high rate in compatibility. But after they got married, they had children, but then they divorced. They didn't work. They didn't stay together. Still separated.
Kali Yuga.
Yeah, Kali Yuga. even though they had their compatibility astrologically was very good.
But I've seen these days they do actually you can be compatible if you have money. That's what I've seen in people. Even the astrologers, they're just predicting whatever you want for money. And some people scare you is just for money, saying that your future ahead is very bad. Just give us this amount of money and we'll do some yagna, puja, wear this gold ring with amethyst on it and you will be fine. And then there are some which are true, which give accurate predictions, but now they're so mixed up that you cannot ever identify who's a learned astrologer and who's a fake.
Yeah, that's true. Astrology, it's a business.
It reminds me something about our own Western culture and religion. I don't know if you know that, I'm sure you know, that there was a Catholic Church, and then there was a break between Catholic and Protestant reform. And one of the reasons was that the Catholic was asking money to the person who was going to come to confess sins. And by money, he was buying the place, the paradise. So that was one of the reasons why the church split. He wanted something more clean, of course. It was not a full success, but
I thought it was something the King of England, he wanted to get remarried and the Catholic Church didn't approve divorce. And so he made his own new church.
Yeah,
so he could
after the reform was done. It was after that the reform was done by Calvin, Martin Luther, the big one, which were not completely free of sin anyway themselves. But the King of England, yeah, he wanted to adopt this type of religion just to escape the Pope opinion.
He didn't want to be answerable to the Vatican.
Exactly.
I see.
But anyway, there is always somebody who has a good idea, which is quite clean idea, and after, of course, people build whatever they want on it because it's Kali Yuga. I think.
Yeah. Kali Yuga.
What are you studying?
EPFN.
Because I worked, but not as a scientist, but I worked at CERN.
Oh, wow.
CERN in Geneva.
Yeah, in that.
And we had some Nobel Prize around.
Yes.
But there are some people who are believing in God, but they don't want to speak about that.
This is what we were discussing with Guruji. That people do believe in God sometimes, but it's very difficult to communicate the ideas in scientific surroundings.
Yeah.
They want to keep it for themselves at home,
Right.
not to challenge other people with that.
In some ways, that's wise, you know. You don't want to make an open show of being too religious. Otherwise, it gets you condemnation. You know, people say, "Oh, that guy, he's so religious," you know, such a
start doubting your science if you're too religious.
You have to be careful about exposing your own faith and your own beliefs to others. It's better to keep these things private rather than reveal them to everybody. Especially in China, countries like that. Don't want to tell people what you're doing, you know.
Still looking, because I read that you were speaking Chinese, right? And that you are often preaching in China. or you lived for a while in China, I think, right?
Yeah.
And so I looked a little bit Chinese religion, and it seems that the Christians are the biggest religion community. I was surprised, and Buddhism quite a little, and Taoism a little also. So strange. I mean, I don't say there are a lot of Christians, but I say amongst all the believers, the Christians are the biggest community.
Yeah, because they're very active in converting people, bringing people to their church. They really make great efforts to bring people in. And they will pay anything and do whatever they can to bring people in.
They pay anything?
Their system is all based on giving like material and social benefit to people, and that will bring them into their church.
Yeah.
I was in a Catholic school in India, and I could see that they would target people from the economically weak section, like housemaids or people who would drive the public transport, and then they would offer them their children free education in a Catholic high-end school if they would convert for life.
They had to convert.
They had to convert. They had to attend the church every Sunday. There was an attendance that they had to sign. And there would be house visits by the church to see if you were actually practicing Christianity or not. And then they would get all
that, right, Maharaj?
Yeah.
We don't do that.
I am grateful that we don't.
In India, in Vrindavan, for example, there is a school for girls, but it's free. It's not, you don't have to pay anything.
No. There's no concept of conversion in Sanatana. That's the best. I'm so happy about it.
That's right. Convince people.
Yes.
But,
it has to come from within.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Christians they're quite active,
Even here.
Huh?
Even here.
Even here.
Yes. I see these free camps giving crepes and drinks. And when you go to get some crepes or drinks, somebody will slowly approach you. Hey, where are you from? India? Okay. Have you heard of Jehovah's Witness? Have you heard of
So that's soft. That's soft.
Yes.
It's not.
That's because we're here, so nobody needs economic help from in that sense. But in India, people who are, for example, I would not say that in Hinduism there is a caste system. That is, some people who don't know the religion, they are using it as a class system. So lower caste people are outcasted from the society, and they're treated as untouchable sometimes. So, and when they find this kind of opportunity in Christianity, that they're being paid, they have better quality of education, why would they convert?
Yeah. They're good at that. The Muslims also are very good, they really keep their members, once you're a Muslim, you don't go out the church, right? They don't lose people. You can't give up.
Either you die or you.
Yeah.
For example, Srila Prabhupada, he was frequenting the Scottish Church of Calcutta, Scottish College, sorry, which was held by Catholics, I guess, but I don't know exactly if he had to pay something or if it was just for...
Definitely have to pay. Yeah. Have to pay to go to this school. It's a private school. Scottish Churches College. It was a college he went to. It's still there.
Yes.
In Calcutta.
I've seen that, yeah. Yeah.
But if you convert to Christianity, if you become a Catholic, there are heavy discounts
I see.
and scholarships.
All right, like this. But his father is strange because he paid for the school, but after he said, remember this famous phrase where Prabhupada said, but I was supposed to go in, Prabhupada said, I was supposed to go in India, in England, to become a lawyer. But my father said, I will not send my son to become a lecturer.
Yeah, his father said, but he didn't want his son to become a materialist, right?
Exactly. A lecturer.
He didn't want his son to become a
Meat-eater.
Western lawyer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And his father had him learn the Madanga. Played the Madanga. Gave him deities.
I was in Zurich Temple, and they have a small Prabhupada museum on the first floor.
Oh, yeah. Did you go in there?
During Janmashtami, I was there, so there was a person who was giving a small tour.
Oh, nice.
It was really nice.
Yeah.
Have you been there? No, Maharaj.
Yeah. But Prabhupada never went to that temple.
No.
That temple came after Prabhupada.
Very recent.
Yeah.
Thanks to Guru Gauranga.
Huh?
Thanks to Guru Gauranga.
Guru Gauranga, he was the one who got the
whole temple in Sudan.
that Zurich place, that building. Oh, really?
In fact, his idea was, because of Harikesh as well, to follow a little bit the kind of Varnashram system, to have a temple in the city and to get a place in the countryside where people who want to live most naturally could go. And it happens that they rented the place in Tessin.
They what?
They rented. They didn't buy the place. They just rented it. And after, I think, 6 or 7 years, the owner wanted it back to make a golf.
Oh, they had to give up the farm. Oh.
Yeah. That's why it's very important. The lesson, he said, or Ganga said, the lesson is to either to buy or to have really, really good certainty that the place will be for a long time and rented for a long time.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, in Sweden they have farming community.
Yeah.
Did you go there?
I went in Sweden once, but it was for some translation question. I don't remember to have seen the farm. I've seen a place with gardens, but more or less flower gardens. I didn't see any. It was 12 years ago. So.
Well, you went for translation, huh?
For Mahaprabhu, it was little things, you know.
Huh?
It was little things. It was also to take, contact with Narayani.
Narayani?
Yes, the Canadian girl from.
Huh?
The Canadian devotee, Narayani, who is in charge of the BBC.
She's in charge of what?
BBC.
BBT?
BBC.
BBC.
Sorry.
BBC?
BBT.
BBT.
BBT?
Yes, sorry.
Yeah, BBT.
BBT in Sweden.
Yeah, farms are, definitely a farm community. You don't want to be renting a farm. That's never going to work. You got to buy. You got to have your own land.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a problem.
It's very expensive in other countries.
Yeah. Well, even that house they bought in Zurich, they haven't paid for it all yet.
They did now.
No, they did. Last year they hadn't. Yeah. They didn't, because in Switzerland they have the system like you have to pay the first, what percentage is it?
I never had the occasion to buy any book.
You have to pay 30% or something like that, and then the rest, take your own time. And told me that although they've been there so long, they haven't finished paying for the whole thing yet.
But they cannot put them away. The state cannot decide to be rid of them.
Yeah, I told them, I said, you should pay it off. I said, you should definitely clear it. I know.
Ranga came this summer.
Yeah, I heard he was here.
I'm sure they had to discuss with him. He's a very, 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 very intelligent person and a lawyer who knows the laws. Because he's Swiss or American, American-Swiss. So he knows the Swiss law as well.
Did he remember you?
Oh, yes, we are in touch, in fact.
Oh, really?
Yes. I was so angry against him because last year he came to Switzerland. He even thought that we could meet and go together to New Mayapur. And I was really happy and so on. And after he changed his dates, and I had booked my ticket already, so we didn't see each other.
Oh.
I left when he was Zurich and he came in Geneva, but I was just away.
No.
But we're in touch very often by email, by WhatsApp. I'm helping him to make some researches about things of the past, things of Geneva, when we were in Geneva.
Yeah, he's writing a book, right?
Yeah, his memories.
About Prabhupada in Geneva.
Yes, and also I hope he's doing as well for the ISKCON in Switzerland, because there are many things to say as well. Not in Geneva. His name is Guru Goranga, but at the beginning I understood that Prabhupada, but I didn't understand Prabhupada, I tell you the truth. I could hardly understand his accent on the little tape we had. I couldn't understand him. And I had reverence for him. But I was thinking he's a gentleman who just gave us knowledge. But Guru Goranga, I thought he was a guru as well, So, and he was giving so wonderful classes, full of humor and intelligent.
French or
both. He's up to
Guru Maharaj, Prasad is ready, Guru Maharaj.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the session is ended.
It's like, should I end it? Or?
Yeah, should I end it?
Yeah.
You can all come and have, you can, Pitrata and I'll get the prasadam.
He was speaking French when he came, huh?
Because his father,
No problem.
Huh?
his
They all
father
are going.
has a very
You can also have
intelligent listening background.
Usually my